Hello and welcome to February 19th, I guess, Thursday, the open JSR meeting. Today I'll be demoing something and then some discussions around some recent changes and infrastructure stuff, I guess. And as always, if you've got any questions, I guess we can start off with that, or any topics. So, does anyone have anything? Okay, well, and then I guess I can start with a demo, which let me, as usual, have to join with my other account because Discord does not let you share screen from another device like Google Meet does, but it is what it is. Share screen. Is it gonna work? So why did it change entire screen? There we go. All right. So this is something quite unique. Let me go to, let's do David's. So this is a package that David has been working on. The package is irrelevant to the purpose of this demo, but there's a new tab you might see. There's diff, and I get this pop-up, goddammit, timing. There's diff, you can select two versions, and you'll get the diff between the two releases. What APIs have changed, what has been removed, what has been added. And I'm still iterating on this, but you can see breakdown of what has changed between versions. And one thing that people might get confused about is yellow. I'm still not too sure what the solution here is, but yellow is, there is a change, but it cannot be displayed in this view. So for example, and has like this complex type change, which we would not render here. I think this is really exciting. No other, I've never seen anything similar to this in any other package rendering or documentation rendering system. So I think this would be quite a feature to have for people to get interested in JSR as well.
Yeah, cool idea.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
It's quite a big set of PRs to implement this, but it's worth it. And by default, the view only shows the things that have changed. There is this button here. I'm probably going to change this, but it will also include then things that have not changed, so you can still navigate as normally.
Do you also display changes to the implementation? Or is it just the API surface?
It's just API surface, so only documentation related stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. That is what I was hoping for.
This basically, there's a new diffing system in DinoDoc, and it takes two sets of doc nodes and generates a diff.
I see. Nice.
And on any page that you are, you can, I don't know, here you can also then go to that same page for the provided version. I don't like these buttons yet because they don't fit in the design of these pages, but they fit the design of JSR. So I feel like a bit of a unified design pass needs to be done on JSR as well, just because we have this style, but we use it very sparingly, and it doesn't always fit everywhere. So
and when you go to the diff tab, display the latest version and then also the one before that? by default. So there's like it shows a diff already before you
Okay, yeah.
go through that form.
So if you're in a specific like version of JSR of a package, it will pre-fill that.
Right.
But
Nice. Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
That makes sense too. I was just thinking if you come from the
Yeah,
landing
yeah.
page, like the latest.
Yeah, if you come
You
And
could
then-
always pre-fill latest. Yeah.
yeah, like there should always be pre-filled latest. And
Yes, that makes
this
sense.
is the second latest, I guess. Yeah.
And then also when you are on a version that is not latest, like the 0.04, yeah, it says there's the header, it says the jump to latest, and next to it there should be a button like diff to latest.
Oh,
think.
I see. Yeah, that could be.
So it could be like, oh, this is like so many versions behind, and then you can see like, okay, what has changed since?
Oh yeah, that
Like
is,
what I'm missing out on.
that is good. Yes, that is a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, instead of writing a difficult changelog in GitHub, you can just link to this page.
Yes, exactly.
It's really nice.
This is probably easier than to grab through than changelog as well, just because it's visual.
Yeah.
And
So naturally, there's like a lot of follow-up questions to this. What happens if a symbol is moved between endpoints, like entry point?
That's marked as removed and then added.
Added. Yeah.
There was no other way because I mean, in the end, everything is based off an AST. There is not like we can't really know if it's the same or actual implementation. I mean, we could technically look at the body, but even if the body changes like a bit, that would mess up. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It's best effort basis, not.
Yes, that makes sense. I think the furthest JSR should go would be to be like, there's a new thing that looks sort of similar. Do you want to go there? Like, I think that would be the most. But I'm also fine with not linking them in any way.
For now, let's say no. I mean, for now we already have renaming, which is visible here, which is already our best effort basis. But so yeah, which basically
first step, minimal viable.
So what?
First step is the minimal viable product.
Only that the minimal viable product could have been even more minimal than this, but yes. But the biggest open question for all of this is what to do about JSDoc. Right now, this one is just like whatever's available from the apologies, from the latest version. And but in the case of, I mean, I can go to another package to show this a bit more. These are all marked as modified for the sole reason that these have JSDoc changed, which is not ideal in my opinion. And also this just showing something like this, that it has changed, and not showing the previous one, also not great. I am not quite sure what to do, and like I don't want this to spam. Oh yeah, I modified a comment, like let's say I modified a typo. Oh, now this gets shown in my diff. Not too grand on that. So yeah, not sure what the best solution here is.
Do you think anything would go wrong if changes that only have documentation changes are just not displayed at all? Like, would people get mad that, like, you know, they changed the implementation of this and this function? Like, or I mean, I think the biggest case would be you have a function that expects a union type, and the union type doesn't change, but a union, like a member is added to the union, and then lots of documentation is added. So the type signature itself doesn't change, but the definition of the types contained in the signature change. Then you'd really want that function to be displayed, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you won't. I don't know. Good question.
Yeah, this is something that I've been rattling my brain about and I've not come to a good answer yet. maybe show JSDoc changes only if there's also changes in the API. That's also a possibility.
Yes. Yes. Mm,
Could you have different color for doc changes only compared to changes in the API? I mean, the problem is very limited in colors. The thing is usually known as red and green, and already adding yellow
yes.
is gonna confuse some people, and I need to do some work
Yes.
on that. So adding
But since you're working with symbols as well, there's like a pencil symbol or something, maybe to denote a documentation change instead of an API change.
Yes.
that's
I like that.
possible, yes.
Or maybe okay, I'm thinking there's like 4 kinds of changes, right? There's like change to the signature and change to the docs. There's change to the signature but no change to the docs. There's change to the docs only, and then there's no change. And for like no change, you obviously don't display it.
Yeah.
And if it's like both, then obviously it should display both the signature alongside the docs, right?
Yeah.
So the 2 interesting cases are what if only the docs change, and what if only the signature changes.
I mean, if only the signature changes, that obviously will.
What I'm thinking is that maybe it should display the change, obviously,
Yeah.
but the docs should be collapsed. Because there's
Yeah.
nothing interesting happening there. So you could like expand it and read them if you want, because they are sort of like adding interesting context, but they're not really displayed there up front in the diff because they don't really matter.
Tricky.
Yes. And then the other way around, if only the doc change, I mean, you could sort of just move it to the bottom and display a pencil. And like, are you thinking of doing like inline, like string diffing? Like basically display
Kinda
like
like
this
GitHub
paragraph was
does.
added.
Yeah, like GitHub does for diffing for Markdown. Basically, that would be the ideal scenario.
Oh yeah, is it or like in comments? You mean like edits the comments?
No, I mean, yeah, sure. Let's find a random Markdown file. I mean, that has been modified, not just stuff added. I guess this one. This only adds stuff, this commit. But yeah, like this shows this is added. Like that.
Right.
It must be. I mean, I guess maybe not, because we never modify that Markdown file. This might have a bit more. Yeah, like here it shows yellow because just a part got changed, and then the rest is, yeah, like additions, and then okay, nothing is removed in this file, but that would show as red.
Yeah.
So something like this for for the JSDoc body itself would be sensible, but the question really is, when do you show that? Also, other problem is if I go back to the David package, like this doc has not changed, but when the changes only view, should that be shown or not? Because here it's shown, but if I click in, okay, in the case of this it's shown, but in the case of like or and, which okay, here they don't have documentation. Imagine they have documentation. Here it shows it, but then when you click it in, it doesn't. Should we show the docs here? Shouldn't we? I mean, sure, if stuff's added, that's part of the adding. That seems fine.
I think since they're class members, it's okay to show the class and the documentation for that class.
Yeah, it's like if nested properties are changed, then of the parent symbols, you would display both the symbol and the docs. Like here, right?
Yeah.
I think it makes it better scannable. It's like, oh, I'm using the condition class, so I need to pay attention to what's below this.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like any of this. It's too complicated.
Yeah, understandably.
um, yeah, maybe I'll land a first pass without the JS docs handling, and then we can revisit with JS doc handling. Then again, landing this in this condition feels a bit weird.
Yeah.
So unsure what to do here. And welcome.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Very cool changes, though.
yeah, just to give
Your changes, not David.
just to quickly give some information for the person that's just joined. I am currently demoing a new system that I'm implementing in JSR, which is diffing between package versions in a visual manner, so you can see what changed between one version to another. And we've been discussing some details around that.
I actually don't know how these meetings work. I mainly joined because I had a pain point with or a point with JSR's functionality versus the Dino land. I had some pros and cons, and I wanted to weigh them. But
Sure, I mean, we can talk about that. I mean, this demo is finished anyway, so
great.
yeah.
So I'll be on. So JSR solved a lot of my pain points with Dino.land, with that functionality, the HTTP, specifically the semver, but it also created a lot of pain points for me in that I was able with the previous system, I was able to create a quick serverless app that had for my own private registry because like a lot of speaking for myself, I often create packages not because I want them to be immutably maintained for the world, but mostly because I don't want to duplicate code. And sometimes they're for publication, but sometimes they're private things that I just I'm not I don't want to maintain for everyone. I just want to have like to keep them separate. So I created my own registry that pulled from GitLab, and it was fine. I I can't find documentation for the npm system, and the JSR doesn't seem to have a lot of documentation. But from what I can gather, it's much more complicated to create your own private registry, and to me that's a big pain point.
So you mean like hosting your own instance of JSR? That's
Yeah, I can. Where is it? Oh, I took it offline. Sorry, I just took my registry offline, but yeah, it was just my own CDN that directed to GitLab,
I see.
and it was great.
Yeah, so self-hosting JSR instances is something that I'm working on. There is a pull request for that actually already, which is okay. It's not okay. Never mind. It's partially ready. So there is this fallback system that's a prerequisite, but I have local changes for basically having really simple self-hostable JSR instance, which is just a Docker compose file that you can just throw somewhere and launch, and then you have your own instance of JSR running quite simply. Yeah, I'm hoping to get this landed quite soon, just because people have been asking for self-hosting for quite a long time.
I feel like making I don't know if this is a integration or like a demo, but I feel like documentation is always the most important way to go. Like
Yes.
some sort of blog post or
Yeah, no, there
some sort of
definitely
quick
would
run through.
be some documentation in the docs, and yeah, maybe a potential blog post could be made
Yeah.
out of that as well. I don't see why not. But yeah, definitely this would be something heavily documented.
Yeah. And then there was another thing.
Mhm.
I was looking at the GitLab and at the GitHub. I wanted to see about helping out.
Yeah.
I don't remember what my issue was, but this was a couple weeks ago, and I kept missing the office hours. Um, is there documentation of the file architecture, the system architecture?
No, there
So I've been
actually
playing
is
around.
no documentation about how JSR works, really.
I feel like that would be really great for contributions. I've been playing around with that recently with my own stuff, and just having a code map that says this is where this goes and this is how it works and this is how the whole system goes together is very helpful for just the brain of newcomers.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable. Yeah, let me quickly open an issue for that so I don't forget, but that
Oh,
seems
sorry.
quite simple.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I cannot.
Architecture.md was the thing that I found. It's really for agents, but it's really useful.
Okay. Yeah, that seems relatively reasonable.
Yeah. But what would be the best way to help out with JSR? I know that there are a lot of issues, and
yeah, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of, I mean, many issues are relatively complicated, but many issues are also relatively trivial.
Yeah.
I have tried to labeling stuff good first issue, but there's not that many currently labeled as such. But yeah, there's some things. I mean, there's, I would say, a relatively equal amount of stuff just in the front end and stuff just in the back end, or combination. So if you're not familiar with Rust and don't want to deal with Rust, then you don't have to. There's enough stuff.
Is there completely random? What happened to the deal with issue with what's it called? I'm blanking. Licenses. Is that because I know that there was, it was added to one of the schemas and then to like the Dino schema or the JSR schema, and then it didn't make it over to the other, and then it wasn't implemented in the UI or anything, or nothing happened with it.
Oh,
Like it doesn't really make a difference.
I was not aware that there's one in the
I
Dino.
don't remember. This is a
well.
long time away.
Yeah, I mean, I recently landed quite a bit of things related to licenses, like last week. So
Oh, wow.
probably things have changed since then.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm just trying to find that blog post. I don't know. Thank you. So, is there a system for contributing in terms of just open a pull request and what's it called?
Yeah, I mean, just open a pull request. I mean, ideally, if you have questions, you post them in the issue, and yeah, maybe ideally before you start working it, maybe just mention it in the issue, just so there's people working on the same thing. Very unlikely that to be the case, honestly, but better safe than sorry.
Yeah, and because usually, I mean, I used to be great about opening issues and pull requests, and then I noticed that sometimes I would do all the work and no one would, and it would just sit there for years.
Fair.
And so I kind of got.
Yeah, I mean, looking at our pull request history, it might look like that as well.
Oh, it wasn't here. It was in a different very specific. It kind of.
Yeah, but still, we had a bit of that where there were a bunch of pull requests just sitting around. But I mean, there's still some backlog here from me, but most of them just need more discussion. But yeah, so there shouldn't be, like, any newly opened PRs will get landed relatively quickly if landable. Oh,
thank you.
Yeah,
those are the posts that I found. So the first one is mostly just for AI agents, but it's very helpful in terms of the structure.
Okay.
I feel like there's people like to document things for AI agents because it helps them,
Oh,
and people
yeah.
don't like to document things for other people because it doesn't really make a difference. So sometimes the agents.md is much more helpful.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, architectural file seems reasonable. I mean, that will already help for agents, for
Yeah.
whoever uses agents.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that I don't use agents whatsoever because that would be a lie. I do use them. I mean, who doesn't use them is gonna fall back a bit nowadays. It's a sad time in my opinion, but it is what it is.
It's the way things are going. I don't
Yeah,
know. You can fight it or you can deal with it.
exactly.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Does anyone have any other topics they want to bring up?
I've got two small things. One is that the upgrade to Tailwind 4 pull request was made, but it fails somewhere in the Rust code in the CI. I don't know if you can re-trigger that.
Okay, that's a flake. Yeah, that's a flake. That's really annoying, but it happens every now and then. Just something with the testing infrastructure. I want to change
He's
it
busy.
really badly.
And I made a ticket that the search was a bit weird.
Yes, I saw that, and yes, I saw that. So we recently reworked the search to use a new version of Arama, and it seems that some tweaks they did to the old one for us just were not applied to the new system. And I messaged them, and they are working on it. I think I just saw like 10 minutes ago a notification from one of them that they are still working on it, but let me double check. Still in progress, found a solution, checking impact for changes. So yeah, hopefully quite soon we'll have this fixed. But yeah, overall search, it's a big topic that I am still unsatisfied with, but it's complicated. I need to sit down with the Rama folks and like actually just go through everything to make the search on JSR actually viable for proper searching. Yeah.
I also have one thing, even though we're already
That's fine.
at the
It's
time
fine.
limit. So you did some docs work, right? And this leads to lots of 404s now. I think I sent a message
Oh
to the
yeah,
contribute.
I saw that. I'm really confused because nothing changed around resolution.
Right.
But yeah, I guess something.
But you can reproduce, right?
Yeah.
Like this is not, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so for people interested, if we go, for example, to Zod, but it's confusing because it doesn't happen obviously everywhere. That would have been caught. It happens.
Yes, some doc symbols they work well, but the first one doesn't. Yeah.
I wonder if it's the $sign. I mean, just out of pure randomness. But I mean, let's see, core.doc. Let's see. Okay, no.
The dots then?
But dots are handled. I mean, that's how like the properties, etc. But I mean, let's go to. Also, I hate Zod just because it's so big. It's so laggy.
I love how we're all equally superstitious towards like special characters. Yes, the dot. So maybe the dot. Like,
I mean, what else could it be?
yeah, right.
I don't know which entry points are viable, but yeah.
But anyway, should I open an issue about it or like?
Yes, please do.
Okay, cool.
I'll look into it as soon as possible. But yeah, like let's see this pack. Why is this lagging? Like this is simple, I swear. So that works. So maybe it is the dot, and it is not resolving a dot correctly for some reason, which would be very weird, but that's the only thing I can imagine.
The Zod documentation is a nice test case.
Yeah, well, nice until it lags, because the browsers cannot handle it. I mean, let's go middle of the page. Let's see. if it decides to load at some point. This is now z.core. Is there like a normal symbol without dots? I mean, I could also just.
This is odd.
Oh wait, I saw something short. URL. Sure, let's try that. Yes, it's the dot. Okay. Well, not yes. That's really annoying because that's gonna be a pain in the ass to figure out. But yay! I guess at least we know.
Why? Why is that so hard? I mean,
it shouldn't. That's the thing. It shouldn't be happening. Like dots, the way we handle like namespace, like going into namespaces, etc., is so complicated. I hate it. But I guess that's what's breaking. Well, here it works. Okay.
So it's not the dot then. Wait, but util is a namespace? I don't know.
Isn't core
Was
as
it
well?
a constant? Oh yeah, fair enough.
I mean, let's go back to it. Let's see. Util. Util is a namespace. And wait, might as well. Since those don't work, you can go /core. That's the namespace.
Oh, namespace. Right.
But it's core.core. Oh god, please don't tell me it's that. Oh god. Wait, no. So dot, like util dot something, that works. So that's correct. So core.core is correct. Why is there this without? Oh god. Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, this is just straightforward debugging, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm underestimating it, but it feels like you just take the source and add some debugging and like logging or whatever and step through, and then
sort is so big. It's like really annoying to debug.
Yeah.
We are over time, but I want to discuss a few more things. So yeah, a few more topics. One thing is, so there was a bunch of work around licenses, and it has broken people because there was some mishandling of licenses that have the exact same body but have different names, which is annoying. There is an open pull request to fix that, and because without this fix, people cannot publish that using these licenses. These are less common licenses, I would say. Most people will use MIT, but nonetheless, people have been hitting this, and it's been blocked on this PR because it has the test on staging label, which if it's on staging, it does like infrastructure changes, then it will make it impossible to land other PRs. Really annoying,
right?
But it is what it is because that's how Terraform works. But Luca approved it 27 minutes ago, which is great. That means I can land this in a moment after I address one single comment, and yeah, then we can land the
licenses.
Yes, the licenses PR. Now, other topic I wanted to bring up is some infrastructure changes. So again, this PR, because we are trying to move more stuff over to Cloudflare, away from GCP. So now we are gonna be moving all the buckets over to R2, which is Cloudflare's like bucket system, and I really hope, and I thought this out, and it shouldn't cause any issues, but I really hope that it doesn't. I mean, from a logical way from how it's set up, it shouldn't break anything, but yeah, so we'll be doing this transfer. If so, we're gonna be doing one bucket at a time. For the ones who are familiar, there is 4 buckets. There is the Tabo bucket, which is used for when you're uploading, and that's where we store like the tarball of the uploaded package. There's the docs bucket, which contains all the doc nodes, which is used for generating the pages with the documentation. Then there is an npm bucket, which is used for all the npm packages, like the tarballs that can be consumed from the npm.jsr.io endpoint via npm compat. And then there is the most important bucket, which is the actual data bucket that contains the underlying package like files, which is used by, well, Dino and the whole system. So I'll start with the lower priority ones, which is the tarball, then the docs, then the npm one, and then I'll do the packages one. So I'll do this step by step, and hoping that nothing breaks. I mean, the way that this is gonna work is that we're gonna change to use the new bucket, and uses Zippy, which is for being Cloudflare actually a pretty nice name. I'm surprised, given that everything else they name with random letter and words like R2, D1, and whatever else. But anyhow, what this does is you point it to a source bucket, and so when a package, like a file from a specific bucket, is requested and it doesn't have it, it will go to the source bucket and copy it over. So this is for migrating things over, and when this is set up, then you can use the super slurper, and which basically just does a full clone over from one bucket to another, and not just by request. So this should be as redundant and preventing any overwrites, conflicts, and stuff. The only thing that could mess this all up is if there was anything getting deleted in any of the buckets upstream, or even here. So basically any form of deletion in buckets would completely mess things up. But luckily we don't have anything that deletes any files in buckets except deleting package versions, which is only an admin action currently, which I'm happy that I have not implemented yet for users to do, because else this would be a clusterfuck. So yes, this will be, since that's the only action, we admins are just not going to delete any package versions, which we don't do anyways most of the time, but yeah, just gotta be better safe than sorry. Yeah, so in regards to infrastructure stuff, that's that once the buckets are done, we'll be moving the actual execution of the servers over to Cloudflare. So the backend server and the frontend server will be moved to be on Cloudflare as well, and that will have everything of Google then except SQL, because we use Postgres, and Cloudflare does not have anything for databases like similar to like a full SQL database. They only have like NoSQL and similar things, and we need a proper SQL database. So for now we'll still be using Google for that, but maybe we can find an alternative. I mean, given that we have familiarity with Prisma, we might use Prisma. Not sure yet. We'll figure that out when we get to it. But first we do buckets, and then the execution. All right.
Does that mean that JSR will become available in regions of the world where it currently is not, because GCP is blocked?
Correct.
Like Iran and so on?
Correct. I mean, JSR itself already should be now, because we did the load balancer, and the load balancer is what people use.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So it should technically already be, but also, I don't know. Maybe those regions are also blocked by Cloudflare. I have no idea a way to figure that out. I know there's an open issue about not supporting specific regions. I think it's was it 4.9?
Because I have a few users who complained about my desire to move my packages to JSR because then they can't use them anymore.
Yes, that is fair. I mean, let's quickly take a look. Cloudflare blocked features.
These users did say that Cloudflare does work, but things also change, especially in Iran.
Yeah. I mean, apparently on a country level, but they are frequently restricted due to geopolitical. I mean, this was the AI overview, so not that I can trust that. Yeah, I cannot really find anything about them disallowing traffic from specific countries, so maybe Cloudflare doesn't. Not sure how that works with with like mandates from the government, but whatever. That's not.
Perhaps they're too relevant to be blocked.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it would be great if PayPal can, in those regions, can test out and mention back if it works or not, because
yeah, I'll ask him.
Great, thanks. And yeah, we are quite over time, but let me think. There was something else I wanted to bring up, but yeah, I can't remember. So yeah, definitely on this issue, we should hold off after the buckets transfers, just because, yes, we don't want to do multiple like refactors and migrations of buckets at the same time. That seems a bit.
So that also means it does not make sense to get started with that already. I mean, like it can be merged later, obviously.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if you want to start on it, that's no problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
The buckets transfer stuff. I mean, I don't know how long it takes. Like, I don't know how fast Cloudflare is to transfer a bucket. I mean, once the docs bucket is transferred, which is the one I'm gonna do after the that one, this can be landed in as well.
Do you know how much data will be migrated? Like, how much is it?
I don't know, because so the fun thing is Cloudflare tells you how much. I mean, I can quickly go to our Cloudflare dashboard and hopefully not leak anything that shouldn't be leaked.
You can stop the recording before.
Yeah, but I mean, this only shows unique visitors. Unique visitors doesn't mean jack shit. So we want storage and R2 overview.
Is R2 sort of like a wordplay on S3? That is like the previous letter and the previous digit?
Maybe.
Is that what they call it?
Maybe it might be.
Yeah.
But they also have D1 SQL database, which is also like, what's D1?
Sure, it's the predecessor of E2. I don't know, man.
But yeah, so Cloudflare tells you the size of a bucket, but Google doesn't.
Really?
So, well, it does. I mean, let's see. Sure, let's look at the registry bucket. So, yeah, there's literally no way, because you have to pay for a separate, what they call services, to, or rather enable a separate service, and probably they charge you on that as well, to be able to see what usage is, like how much the bucket is using, which is, in my opinion, absolutely insane. Yeah, you need to have the Storage Insights API enabled, which then reports cost. It's silly, but well, this is a problem we only have for the next couple of days, and then we have.
Do you know how many keys there are on the bucket, or is that another API that you have to enable?
That's probably also the insights, because
man.
yeah, of many. This is
very. Thank you.
Thank you, Google, for telling us how many. But I mean, for the case of tables, we can do something cheeky, and that's not. God, what is it? Is it that one? Sure, it is. I mean, I can quickly go there. We have the registry database, user, Postgres, no API, and then
Seems like you actually have to enumerate a bucket to find the number of keys.
that's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Um,
I mean, it sort of makes sense that they don't have like an up-to-date value. It's probably like distributed and eventually consistent and so on. But at the same time, like at least give us an estimate if it's 10 or like 10 million.
yeah, it's. I mean, that's Google being Google.
Yeah.
They're gonna charge you for every single penny. Let me quickly get the password. Just had to change the stream so it doesn't leak passwords from Dino and other things.
Reasonable.
Prod. Copy password. Yes.
Don't paste it in the user field.
I mean, luckily the user is a drop down.
Oh, nice.
Okay, it's hidden. Good. Okay. All right. So we have. We are looking at tables. I mean,
Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, wow.
I mean, this is gonna be. Oh, it's. Oh, only. Okay, I thought more.
That should be pretty quick.
Yeah, that should probably be pretty quick. I mean, the docs is the amount of packages, well, package versions, which is obviously a bit less because you fail some tables, makes sense.
Right. Yes.
And so that's gonna be docs, and then we have package files.
Scared.
Yeah, it's taking a moment longer.
I'm surprised it doesn't keep a total count though.
8 million files. That's not that many, honestly, but.
Oh.
And then, well, it's not. That's not all the files because we also have the meta files and some other files in there as well.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But yeah, I mean, I assume that these transfers will be like a matter of like half an hour. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have literally no idea how long this.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like dozens of minutes or maybe hours, but definitely not days.
Oh no. No, definitely
So
not
like,
days.
so it's fast enough, basically.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I probably would leave some buffer time between the this and landing any changes to bucket handling, like your docs bucket stuff, just in case something goes wrong.
That's reasonable.
And yeah, then we can do
By the way,
that.
I have one thing I wanted to ask much earlier this meeting and I forgot. So it is about the symbol docs. Is there a way to display all usages of a symbol inside a package?
All usages of a symbol. Okay, so
like
finding
essentially
all the
like you find
packets.
all references,
Yeah.
but in the docs?
No, currently there is no way, just because I never figured out A, how to design that, and B, I
Right.
mean, implementation-wise, it's not too complicated, but yeah, design-wise, it's a bit difficult. And obviously it only
Oh, like
limits
the
to-
UI design.
Yeah.
kinda. Right.
Because I mean, if I go, okay, this uses any. Wow,
Well, this is easy. Yeah.
Yes, this uses something
Go
called
to
enum
like
value.
instance type or something is probably an interesting
Like
case.
here, enum value. Let's say I can go to definition of enum value, but where is this used? Where is this enum value used? That's
Yeah.
basically what you want, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can copy it over into search for symbols.
Yeah. If it works, which currently doesn't because Zod is so big that it cannot. Oh wow. Okay, it loaded. God, it's lagging so much. But it renders quite quickly once it manages to find it. So that's
Oh, right. Okay, so it doesn't actually do. Oh well. I mean, okay, that is reasonable. That I thought it would only show exact matches, but it makes sense that it
yeah,
matches.
no, it's partial
Oh,
matches as well.
no, that's reasonable.
But
Okay.
yeah, actually going to references that use this, I
Yeah.
want to do that, but not too sure yet how. But I mean, this.
What if it integrated with the search? An autocomplete in the search that auto-completed different symbols, because there's a search on the right.
Yes, but the
Right.
search does not look at like definitions.
Yeah, it just does substring, right?
Yeah.
No, so I'm saying if it was more robust, you'd have to build something more robust either way.
Yeah,
Yes.
like an exact match kind of toggle like VS Code has with like the casing and regex and like those buttons.
No, so what
You'd have
I
like,
think rather to do is let's
instead of the view code hover, you have another one, view usages.
I mean, let's look at actual, like, I don't know, not API, front end. Let's do this with JavaScript because I know this works with JavaScript on GitHub.
Right.
Also, why is GitHub so slow? I swear.
It's GitHub.
True. I don't know, components. Let's go to animate logo. If you click on this, you see, okay, maybe it, so this is also really annoying about GitHub. Sometimes it shows you the usages for a specific thing, and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if I click here. Okay, no, but sometimes it would show usages and not just a definition. And yeah, I feel like something like that, or maybe having like a small like drop down.
But you know, like when you hover over it, it says view code.
Yeah.
And an icon, and you could also have like a view usages, or find references or something.
Yeah, but for the if we do it just as a button like that, like a link, that's not going to work because we need a separate page for that.
That is
I mean,
true. Yeah, I mean it would be
could be a
nice to have it
drop-down.
as a sidebar.
Yeah, it could be like a drop down because I mean we have this drop down nowadays.
Sure.
We could reuse that to some degree. I mean,
yeah.
UI wise, I mean this is the same drop down as this drop down. So I mean,
right.
we can do drop downs. That's viable.
What about underneath the name of the symbol on the page, having a caption or byline style, just link find all references?
That could also work instead of hover. That's probably a bit more findable because yeah, I mean this view code is uncommonly used because so it's hidden, but yeah, finding references probably is a bit more relevant.
It's just like, it's right there underneath it, so that it's out of it's not big in your face.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I worry about verticality because our docs are very vertical and don't do much. Like there's always this emptiness of space, so maybe just having it here where the view code is and move the view code or something like that. Anyhow, the exact positioning of it can be figured out during implementation. But the first step for that is open an issue, because else this will never be done.
Good point. Let me do that real quick.
Yes. And yes, okay, remember another topic, even though we're already half an hour overtime, but whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter anymore.
Good point.
The download stats don't work. I noticed this a couple of days ago already, but I have not looked into it yet just because of the infrastructure changes and not being able to like experiment around with that. I don't understand why. It's annoying because I looked at the task that pulls down the download stats and it hasn't failed. So that's tricky. So yeah, not too sure yet. I'm gonna investigate it. It has to do with the switch over to Cloudflare for the load balancer. That's obvious. The timeline adds up for that. So yeah, that will be just me having to go and debug stuff. And
Adding another thing to the list, just a small
Yeah.
one, is on the UI it says using PNPM 10.8 or older. And when was 10.8 released? Like, is it maybe time to clean this up?
I mean, I would keep it around because people in the npmc ecosystem do stick on old packages for a long time and old tools.
Okay. All right.
Just in case. I mean, it doesn't hurt to keep that information around.
Sure.
But yeah, using npm all the PNPM.
Oh yeah, it's a year old now, so that's not too old actually.
Yeah. So I would still keep it around for the next probably 5 years, honestly. Might seem excessive, but I mean, people do stick on old tools a lot, which is shame,
Sure.
but it is what it is.
Yeah, I get it.
And yeah, I think that's everything from me. I'm just gonna quickly. I mean, this is not necessary for the meeting, so if people want to leave, that's it.
I did have a quick question about the contribution.
Yes.
If I've seen a bunch of issues that are either stale in the sense that the author had wrote like half an issue, and then someone said, "Can you explain it?" And then 2 years later, it's still there,
Yeah.
and it's still open. Or you have issues that are fixed but are still open.
Oh, really?
Like they're not a problem anymore because something else fixed it. Someone changed in the meantime.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you
But-
could
so,
point
like, what
out
should I do
those
about that?
kinds of issues, like either post them in the contribution channel here in the Discord or comment in the issue itself, then I'll get a notification anyways. Yeah, if
Okay.
you spot stuff like that, do
I
let
don't
me
need to like tag anyone.
know. I mean, you can tag me, but in case. But I mean, I will see it anyways. I get notification for every
Okay.
issue.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, I really need to do a path through the issues. I mean, we used to do during this meeting, like going through the open issues, but we stopped doing that just because there were more important topics. We just did that really when we had nothing to discuss. But I think it's time to triage issues again, maybe next time. On the topic of next time, next meeting is going to be skipped because we're doing a company get together, so I will not be available for the meeting this time in 2 weeks. But so that will be skipped. But I mean, obviously, always available on Discord directly via text. Yeah, that's that. But the meeting after that show will be fine. But yeah, quickly, what I wanted to show you, Knopfelsenf, is this one, since this is somewhat relevant to a bunch of things we've discussed. So if you want to take a look at this issue, I'm going to link it quickly in the meeting. And let me post that here. There we go. And yeah, in case you're curious, because I assume you might be curious to some degree about reworking doc notes, since we talk a lot about doc stuff. But
We do.
Yes. But yeah, that's it for this meeting. Thank you, everyone. And
I
I'll
have
see you.
another very small thing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's more of an organizational stuff. So would you be open to like allow external people to triage issues?
That's I mean,
Or is that-
triaging issues, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
That's
like
something I
obviously
have-
not merge code. Like I get that this is sort of destructive potentially,
Yeah.
but especially like helping maintain the whole issue
Yeah.
and pull request
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I completely agree with that. We should add some external. I mean, what GitHub has stupid permission naming. Wait, I need to correct repo. Like there's maintainers, but there's also another status. Yes. Let's see. I mean, usually we are relatively lax about adding external people to some of our projects. It depends on the project, obviously, but let's see. Let's see, what does that let me do? So we have read, triage. Yeah, I mean, probably the triage
Yeah.
one would be good. And I wouldn't do this for everyone. I would do this like for people who actually are in the community. I don't want like obviously random people to manage issues, etc.
So managing pull requests without write access means that you can like comment on them and close them, but not merge them.
Yeah, I guess it's
Because merging pull requests essentially is equivalent to write access, right? Because otherwise, like you could just open a pull request for your own changes and then click merge, and then like.
Can you modify these? Oh, interesting. You can make custom roles. Okay, so we can modify it. But so triage, assign or remove a user, add or remove a label, remove an assigned user, and remove a label. Issues can be closed, duplicate, reopened, or set issue type. Yeah, that's completely fine. Close a pull request, reopen a close pull request, request a pull request review. So it's not merging. So that's fine.
Perfect.
Set milestone. Discussions. Delete a discussion. Delete.
Yeah, like basic moderation.
Yeah. I mean, discussions we don't even. I don't think we even have them. Do we have them enabled?
They're enabled, but
oh yeah. I mean,
it's
not
not
very
like
active.
anything happens there.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, then. I mean, I'll add. I'll look into this a moment more, but I'll add then some people to the triage stuff, just so we have that.
Yep. That was my last thing. I promise.
Now we're even over 1 hour of recording.
Yay!
Lovely.
Extend the appointment for the next one.
We did the meeting for this week and the next one.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
But all right then. Then I'll see you, I guess, in a month.
Yes, enjoy your company event.
Thank you very much and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye.